Have you ever judged someone because of the way they looked, dressed, or spoke? Have you ever assumed that someone standing quietly beside you couldn't understand a single word you were saying? Across Africa, there is an old saying, "The ears do not wear clothes." It reminds us that just because someone appears unfamiliar does not mean they are unaware. Today's African tale explores the danger of gossip, the power of humility, and the surprising wisdom hidden behind silence. Before we begin, subscribe to African Tales Arising, where ancient wisdom, unforgettable stories, and timeless lessons come alive. Now, let us journey to a bustling marketplace where one careless conversation changed many lives forever. Many generations ago, nestled between green hills and a winding river, stood the prosperous village of Nello. People from distant kingdoms traveled there to trade ivory carvings, woven baskets, spices, colorful fabrics, medicinal herbs, and precious metals. The marketplace was alive from sunrise until sunset. Drums echoed through the streets. Children laughed, women bargained loudly. Merchants proudly displayed their finest goods. One warm morning, a traveler entered the village. His clothes were dusty from weeks of walking. His sandals were worn. His small leather bag hung loosely over his shoulder. He carried no servants. No expensive jewelry. No signs of wealth. Most people barely noticed him. Those who did assumed he was just another poor wanderer. His name was Jabari. He greeted everyone politely. He smiled often. But he spoke very little. After buying a simple meal, he quietly sat beneath a giant baobab tree overlooking the market. For hours he simply watched. Listening. Observing. Learning. Nobody realized that Jabari understood far more than anyone imagined. Across the marketplace stood three wealthy merchants. Kasim, Omari, and Bako. They traded expensive fabrics imported from distant lands. Business had been slow that morning. When they noticed Jabari sitting alone, Kasim laughed. "He looks like someone who couldn't even afford one piece of cloth." Omari replied in their native tongue. "Look at his shoes. They're nearly falling apart." Bako chuckled. "I bet he has never seen real wealth." They purposely switched into a language spoken only in their region. Very few outsiders ever learned it. Confident no one else understood, they continued. "I wonder if he even knows how to count money. Perhaps he's searching for leftovers. Maybe he came hoping someone would feed him." Each insult became harsher. Customers nearby smiled awkwardly. Some laughed. Others looked uncomfortable. Jabari remained silent. He continued eating. Not once did he look toward them. The merchants became even bolder. Silence, they believed, meant ignorance. Nearby, an elderly woman named Mama Amina sold baskets woven by hand. She had watched the entire exchange. Unlike the others, she noticed something unusual. Every time the merchants spoke in their language, Jabari's eyes reacted ever so slightly. Not with anger. Not with surprise. But with understanding. She wondered. Could he actually know what they are saying? She walked over carrying a small basket. "My son," she said kindly. "You have traveled far. Where do you come from?" Jabari smiled. "I have walked through many kingdoms. I have learned from many people, and every place has taught me something valuable." Mama Amina nodded thoughtfully. "You seem to understand more than you say." Jabari simply smiled again. Sometimes silence protects wisdom. As afternoon approached, the marketplace grew busier. The merchants continued speaking freely. Now they mocked Jabari's appearance. His posture. Even his accent from earlier greetings. They laughed louder with each joke. Soon others gathered nearby. Some joined the mockery simply to fit in. No one imagined the stranger understood every sentence. One merchant leaned closer. "If he knew what we were saying, he'd have left by now." Another laughed. Or cried. The third replied, "He's too foolish to understand." Jabari quietly finished his meal. He folded the cloth beneath him, stood up, picked up his bag, and calmly walked toward them. The laughter continued. Standing before the merchants, Jabari bowed respectfully. Then, in perfect, flawless pronunciation, he spoke their language. "My brothers, I thank you." The marketplace became silent. Every face froze. The merchants stared in disbelief. Jabari continued, "I thank you because today you have reminded everyone here that wealth can fill a pocket without filling the heart." Gasps spread through the crowd. He continued speaking. You wondered whether I knew how to count money. I do. But I also know how to count respect. You asked if I came searching for leftovers. No. I came searching for wisdom. Instead, I found pride. They claimed someone kept calling their names. The elders became concerned. One respected elder said, "The ancestors are speaking. No innocent blood remains hidden forever." One day an elderly traveler entered the village. He requested food and shelter. After observing everyone carefully, he approached the chief. "There is sorrow buried beneath this village." The chief invited him to explain. The old traveler asked everyone to gather beneath the great meeting tree. Then he spoke calmly. "The person responsible already punishes themselves every night." Nalia froze. Sweat covered her face. The traveler continued. "The earth remembers. The ancestors remember. The truth remembers." That night, Nalia could no longer bear the weight. She walked alone into the forest. She reached the fig tree, fell to her knees, and cried louder than ever before. "I am sorry. I was afraid. I chose my pride over my child." Unknown to her, several villagers had followed after seeing her leave. They witnessed everything. When she revealed where Baraka had been buried, the entire village stood in complete silence. Even the wind seemed to stop. Django collapsed in tears. The chief lowered his head. Nobody spoke. According to village tradition, taking innocent life was among the greatest offenses imaginable. The council met for 3 days. Their decision balanced justice with the hope that future generations would learn from the tragedy. Nalia was permanently banished from the village. She would never again live among the people she had betrayed. Before leaving, she stood before every family. She admitted her crime openly. She begged every parent present. Love your children. Never allow jealousy or fear to destroy what the ancestors have entrusted to you. Then she disappeared into the wilderness. No one ever saw her again. Years later, the villagers built a memorial beneath the great fig tree. Parents brought their children there. Elders retold Baraka's story. Not to spread fear, but to remind everyone that children are blessings, not burdens. The tree became known as the Tree of Truth. Visitors believed it reminded every heart that guilt cannot stay hidden forever. This story teaches us that fear, jealousy, and pride can lead people toward terrible decisions. A child's life is precious beyond measure. No ambition, prophecy, or personal desire can ever justify harming an innocent child. In the end, truth has a way of coming into the light, and every choice carries consequences. If this story moved you, let us know your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done if you were one of the village elders deciding Nalia's fate? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to African Tales Arising, and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful African tale filled with wisdom, history, and unforgettable lessons. Until next time, may wisdom guide your heart, may compassion shape your choices, and may every child be cherished as the priceless gift they are.